I've been cooking with my bros in the kitchen, whipping.
Hi guys! Welcome to your March 2020 predictions and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button so we can be best friends. For this video, I'm going to go over all of the zodiac signs and what they can expect for the month of March. I put the timestamps down below. For this video, I would recommend watching the rising sign for the most accurate predictions, and then you go ahead and watch your sun and moon to get a clearer picture. Hi Pisces, so let's go ahead and start with your March predictions. So for the month of March, we're gonna have the sun in the first house. So the sun, and so we also have Mercury retrograde in the first house. So there is a really big theme surrounding your sense of self and your identity and your appearance, how you appear to the world. And there's also just a main focus on what makes us unique and what makes us an individual, what are the qualities that makes us our own individual. So overall, the main focus of this month is going to be just really owning your uniqueness and owning your individuality. There's been a lot of purging and a lot of releasing having to do with things that just make us feel like we're not enough, or that make us repress our uniqueness, or things that make us feel like we have to change or just conform to a certain way of being. So during this month, because the sun is like this boost of confidence and ego boost and kind of just self-confidence in general, having the sun in the first house is really going to illuminate this area of life and make you feel more confident, make you feel more proud about your uniqueness and your weirdness and all the things that make you different from everyone else. So this is the time where you're going to be really focused on yourself. Maybe you could feel like you wanted to just change a little bit of your appearance and do something different, kind of freshen up for the new year, for this official zodiac new year when the sun goes in Aries. You can also get more recognition and be seen more for your uniqueness or for your just being yourself. The first house is also the house of action, so you could really be taking more action or be focused on taking more action in your life and just take your life the direction that you want to take it, so you could feel just more proud of, you could kind of feel more confident in your abilities or confident in yourself in general. So this really shines through to everyone else. So a lot of you could be getting more recognition for just being yourself, or for anything that you really do. So you could also just be taking more action towards getting your goals accomplished, or just overall having more energy and feeling like more confident in getting your goals done. I also have Mars in the 11th house, and Mars just went into Capricorn in the 11th house. The 11th house is all about networking. It's all about people that share the same goals as us, so people who have the same vision as us. It's like our acquaintance, our social networking skills, or our social networking in general. So during this time, you can take more action in this area of life. Since Mars is such a goal-oriented planet, it's like an action planet. It's all about getting things done. It's about initiation, and then Capricorn is a very structured sign. It's all about responsibility and building. So now you gotta take more responsibility and feel more motivated to build your social network, or just be more social in general. So but really you're gonna be more motivated to surround yourself around people that have the same interest as you, because if you want to achieve anything, or if you have any type of goals that you want to bring to life, then you have to have people around you that are going to say, I have the same vision as you, so they can compliment you on whatever you're doing, and they can help you, give you advice that's actually applicable to what you're doing. Yeah, so you could definitely be more motivated. And also, I mean, there's so many planets in your 11th house right now. You have Saturn, you have Pluto, you have Jupiter. So there's just a lot of purging and releasing, and a lot of lessons that we've learned in regards to friends and acquaintances and associates and the people that we surround ourselves with. So there's just a lot happening in terms of your group, like where you're meant to be. So overall, like, you're gonna just be more responsible and be more disciplined in this area of life. So I feel like now the 11th house is also about our goals. So it's like what we want for ourselves in the future, and really seeing ahead of time. And so this is a time where you could just be more motivated to achieve your goals, more motivated to plan out, be more practical, kind of be more realistic with your goals as well, because Capricorn is really practical and realistic. Just want to take more action in terms of getting your goals achieved. And then also the 11th house is also the house of activism. It's the house of humanitarianism. So take more motivation, or just be more motivated in general to take on some activism, or just take on some humanitarian goals that you've had. And then also the 11th house also rules social media, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like all of these platforms. So you can definitely, if you're someone who has some goals or has an online based business, then maybe this is the time where you're more focused and you want to take action online and kind of build your network, and kind of figure out a strategy to figure out how you're going to do that, and just be more deep and strategize more, because Capricorn is very strategic and it's also very disciplined. So maybe you're being more disciplined in building your network online, or you're learning more about it, or now is the time where you kind of can be more motivated to find people online that share the same interest as you, or build a community online. So that is pretty much it for Pisces. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you have any questions, and also subscribe to my channel for more. I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey Aquarius, welcome. So let's start with Pisces Sun transiting your second house. So the second house is all about our money, financial situations, is possessions. It rules over what we value, so ethics, what we deem to be right or wrong, or most important, less important. And it's really about our talents as well. And the light is shining on your possessions, on your financial stability. So you're going to be really, really focused on trying to find financial stability and trying to get money, or earn more money, or save more money, or budget your money. So it's going to kind of be surrounding your money, your possessions as well. I feel like we're really in a time where we're purging a lot of stuff. So you can be getting rid of some possessions. You can be just looking at your possessions, and you're kind of more aware of what you have, what you don't have, what you need, what you don't need. And you're gonna be very more aware of your talents as well. You're gonna be more, so the sun is like this boost of energy, this boost of ego, this confident like booster. So you're gonna have a sudden boost of confidence in your abilities, in your talents, and what you naturally have and what you naturally possess. So you are going to be, so you could definitely be more with your talents, more just indulging in them, kind of being more confident with them, like shining more and being more open with them in public. But just in general, you're just gonna be more confident in your abilities, and you're just gonna be more excited about it. Really you're gonna also be very focused on your values and what you actually value. So this can be like, it's so different. Aquarius, I feel like you guys are extremely humanitarian already, and you guys have a lot of dreams and a lot of imagination for humanity's future. So I feel like you guys are ready. You guys always have like certain things that you value. So I know certain Aquarius rising who is really into the environment, and like she really values the environment. So she doesn't, she doesn't buy clothing. She only gets it from the thrift stores, and a lot of Aquarius risings do that. Like I know another Aquarius rising, she buys clothes, but she also gets a lot of her clothes from thrift stores and stuff like that. Like she's very aware of what's happening in society, what's happening with the environment. Definitely be more aware and just more focused on your values, what you value, and trying to live by your values. So also Mercury retrograde is happening in your second house, and I made a video on Mercury retrograde already on my channel, so you go ahead and check that video out. And basically just go really deep in on like the first house and the second house, because that's where like Mercury retrograde was kind of playing around with. So yes, Alright, so now let's move on to the 12th house, and Mars just went into Capricorn in your 12th house, and you have a lot of different things in your 12th house happening. You have Jupiter, you have Saturn, you have Pluto, so there's a lot of 12th house theme in your life at the moment. And the 12th house rules the subconscious, it rules dreams, imagination, sleep. So Mars is the action planet. It's driven, it goes to get what it wants. It's just and then Capricorn is a very ambitious, goal-oriented, hard-working sign. So these two work very, very well together. Now, having this in the 12th house, I feel like I'm gonna be more motivated and more hardworking when it comes to your rest, when it comes to your dreams, and when it comes to your creativity. All my artists, all my Aquarian artists, I know this is a really good time for you to just kind of lay back and really indulge in your creativity and your talents as well, because we have like the 2nd house, 12th house theme going on. So just focusing on that, you are going to be a little bit more tired. Because you have so many planets in the 12th house, like, though you are going to be a little bit more tired and kind of like lethargic feeling. The themes around this is going to be about diving deep into your subconscious, which you've already been doing for so long, I feel. But now you're going to really be more motivated to kind of get all of those things out of you, like anything that's holding you back. Because when we talk about the subconscious, all the experiences that we experience in our subconscious, although we can't physically see them, they're still real, you know, they're still there. And they still affect us in our personality. So yeah, mental health can also be on your mind. So another thing is that Capricorn is a very practical sign. So this time you could definitely be more practical in how you go about dealing with your mental health. And you kind of be just more motivated and trying to heal yourself, and trying to understand like the inner workings of your psyche. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I hope this helped. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also comment down below and also subscribe. Hi guys, so let's see what's happening for you in the month of March. So for Capricorn, we have the sun in the 3rd house, and the 3rd house is all about communication. It's all about connecting to our intermediate environment and what information we extract from our environment, our surroundings. So it has to do with the mind. It's all about our mental process. So this month you could be really focused on communicating. You could be more confident communicating, or you could just be having more chances, more opportunity to communicate with people, or just in general, maybe with your career, or just trying to really get your thoughts out. So this is also the house of Gemini, so it's also kind of like scattered energy, and not in a bad way, but you're gonna be like really, really curious this time. So you're gonna really want to be in a lot of places at once, or just really dive into a lot of different subjects or a lot of different opportunities, or meet a lot of people that you get to communicate, just communicating ideas. You could just be meeting, like if you're dating, you could just kind of be meeting new people, trying to really like communicate, see where they are at, see if, you know, if it matches up with your lifestyle. You just kind of have a lot of opportunity to communicate and express yourself. This can also be a really good time for learning. So if you're a student, this could be a really good time to just learn, but even just in general, because we should never stop learning. Even in general, you could just be learning about whatever it is your goals are. So you could just be learning about how to actually make your goals a reality. And just overall, and you could also just be making a lot of trips around your neighborhood, or like close by, making like, you know, not really going far distances, because that's like a 9th house type of thing, but more just like you could just be having a lot of things to do in your intermediate environment, like in your immediate environment. So another thing that's happening in March is we have Mars in Aquarius. We have Mars in Capricorn. So we have Mars in Capricorn, and Mars is in your 1st house. So Mars is all about action. It's like the go, do it now planet. So it's really about our energy and like how we are driven, why we're driven to do something. So during this time, you could be more focused on building like this, how your story of your life is going to unfold, and just overall just more focused on yourself. and just more focused on you. So with Mars in Capricorn, Capricorn being such a hardworking sign and just more of a practical sign, more of a like a very diligent, ambitious sign as well, can really make you like more ambitious in trying to like figure out what you want for yourself in your life. You could be thinking more focused on that during this time, more focused on like actually seeing what you want for yourself in the future, seeing what you want for yourself in your life in general. So you could be very focused on yourself, just really focused on your identity, what you like, what makes you unique, what makes you stand out in the crowd. So you can also take just more responsibility on your goals in life. Just really take them, I guess, more serious, but just like kind of, because Mars is going to give you like that power and like that motivation to go after what you want. So now that it's in Capricorn, like any new projects that you want to bring out is going to be a really good time for that. But I would wait after Mercury comes out of retrograde, because beforehand you can kind of just be kind of confused about the direction you want to go in, but once Mercury gets out of retrograde, then you can go ahead and launch any new projects, or start whatever it is that you wanted to start, or just start to think about things more clear in the direction that. So that is pretty much it. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we can be a part of each other's community. Bye. Hi guys, so let's see what's happening for you in the month of March for Sagittarius. So we have the Sun in the 4th house for the month of March. 4th house is all about our family, our roots. It's how we are behind closed doors, so it's a very private house. So during this time, you could definitely be more at home, or just be more private during this time, kind of like figuring things out emotionally as well. You could be more focused on family issues or resolving any family issues. So family things in general can be more prominent during this time, and kind of we had like a light shed on these issues or any problems that are happening in the family. It could bring you just closer to your family during this time, like you're around your family more, or you could just be at home more, so you could just be more focused on being just by yourself, kind of refreshing yourself, or recharging yourself. You can also be more focused on just being more emotionally in tune with yourself, and just really paying attention to your tempo, really paying attention to what it is that you're feeling, how you're feeling emotionally, if you're feeling drained, like what it is that you're feeling. Now, the 4th house is also really about security, so you can be thinking about how it is that you can be more secure within yourself. Again, just being more, taking more time to recharge. And you can really just be more focused on nurturing yourself, as just internally nurturing yourself and giving yourself support. So yeah, and then also things in terms of your home can change as well. You could just be more focused on maybe home repairs, or just changing things around in your home, redecorating, or just moving things around to refresh the space. So another thing that's happening for the month of March is Mars is going into Capricorn in your 3rd house. Mars is all about action. It's the action planet. It's all about getting what it wants, point A to point B, and it's like really about so it's the planet that really gives you energy, and like it just makes you charged up to initiate, ready to initiate. So having it in Capricorn is a really hardworking, patient, diligent, step-by-step sign. So this is a really good place to be, because it kind of makes Mars more structured and kind of gives it more of an oomph to like get the work done, even if it's hard. Mars is transiting your 2nd house. I think I did 3rd. I'm sorry. The 2nd house is all about finances, it's all about possessions, and about your self-esteem. And also like the things that you value, so it could be ethics and things that you deem to be more important or not important. So during this time, you could be more focused and kind of like take more responsibility in terms of your finances or the things that you possess. You could be taking more like initiative and responsibility in terms of how you're gonna get more money, or how you earn more money. You could just get more energy in general to work harder in terms of getting more money, or in terms of building something that can support you in the future. Capricorn is also very practical, so now you could really be thinking about being more practical with your money, being more practical with the things that you own. And then also Capricorn is really, really ambitious, so you could also just be getting a more ambitious type of energy when it comes to this area of life. It's like more responsibility in terms of what you value in life, so like ethics, what it is that you actually value. I think Mars in Capricorn is going to be really good because for Sag, because it's going to really show and kind of push you to be more disciplined in this area of life. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also comment down below and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye. Hi Scorpio, so let's see what is going on for you for the month of March. So we have the Sun in the 5th house. So the 5th house is all about creativity. It rules over our children, so things that come out of our natural creative expression. And it's also the house of living in the moment, kind of just being more in the moment, and pleasure, romance, like all the good fun things in life. So the Sun is going to be illuminating this area of life, meaning there's going to be more focused on these areas of life. So you could be more creative, you could want to be more in your creative space, and really kind of be focused on your creative expression, the things that you do for fun, being more focused on having more fun. And yeah, so you could also be taking more pride in your creative projects or anything that comes out of your self-expression. You could also be seen more for your creativity as well, because the Sun, you know, wants to be seen and wants to be admired. So you could just really be more seen in the public, or just more appreciated for your creative endeavors or whatever. You could also be spending more time with your children, so you could be just spending more time nurturing your actual children if you have kids of your own, or just nurturing your projects, nurturing your inner child as well. And then you can also just be more focused on living in the moment and being more in the moment and not being so in your head. Also creating not for other people but for yourself as well. So we also have Mars in Capricorn in your 3rd house. So the 3rd house is all about communication. It's like contact and connection with your intermediate environment, and like how you extract information from the things around you, so your surroundings. And it's also about learning. So it's all about the logical mind. It's also really a lot about learning. So Capricorn is a very ambitious, hardworking sign. It's all about getting things done. It's all about getting to the top, getting the hard work done, no matter how hard it is. So you could definitely be more focused and ambitious on learning whatever it is that you want to learn, whatever it is that you have interest in for whatever reason. If it's for your career purpose, then you could definitely be more indulging in learning and communicating as well. This is also a time where you can be more you can take communicating. So you could also just be more focused on communicating and really taking responsibility, and also you can also just overall be communicating more, because the 3rd house is also the house of Gemini. So Gemini is a very busy, very curious sign. So this time you could be really, really curious and like to dive into a lot of things, kind of just extract a lot of information, be communicating a lot, so be socializing a lot, just to kind of, you're taking things more serious in terms of like the goals that you have in life. So you could just be actively communicating more about your goals, or trying to build connections and communicate with people to build your social network. So the 3rd house also rules our logical mind, so it also rules our thoughts, and really about like what are we thinking about, and the things that we think about that afterwards kind of mold into our beliefs. So that is pretty much it. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we could be a part of each other's community. Bye! Libra, welcome to your March reading. So let's see what's happening for you in the month of March. So we have the sun transiting your 6th house. So the 6th house is all about your maintenance. It's about diet, it's about health, it's about your routine, how you go about your routine, and your work habits as well. So this house is all about productivity and being efficient. So during this time, you can really be focused on trying to find more productivity and how to be more efficient and how to schedule out your day. You could be really focused on your work this time of year. Just be really focused on your work habits, creating and maintaining a routine that works for you, and also you could be really focused on your diet as well. So you could also be focused on your health, creating a better diet for yourself. You could be more focused on improving your overall. So the 6th house rules things that we do over and over and over again. So like whatever you do in the morning, like your morning routine, your afternoon routine, your bedtime routine, like all of these routines, things that you have to do and maintain on a daily basis. So diet and health fall into this house because you have to constantly maintain your health, you have to constantly maintain a diet, and so these are the things that you're going to be more focused on overall. So if you're anyone who's working on some type of project or some type of creative endeavor, then this is the time where you're going to want to like structure yourself and you're going to want to actually create your like a good routine. Sun also rules self-esteem and your ego, so you can also be really wrapped up in your work, and like your self-esteem can be impacted from your work. This house is also the house of Virgo. So Virgo is a very detail-oriented sign, so you could be so this month you could be more detail-oriented. So you're really looking at like the smaller things and how they make up the entire picture. So yeah, even in terms of your work, you may be looking at like small little details and how all these small things make up the entire project. Okay, so have Mars transiting your 4th house, and Mars is in Capricorn. It's moving into Capricorn in your 4th house. So Mars is the planet of action. It's the planet of let's get this done now. It's a planet of initiation. And Capricorn is a really patient, hardworking, diligent, ambitious sign. So these two, so having this in 4th house, you're gonna really want to like take more responsibility in the home, because the 4th house, there's gonna be like more action within your home and your family life. So and you could be also taking more responsibility in terms of your home and domestic life. The 4th house is also the house of your inner self, so your private self. It's all about like our emotions and how we feel internally. So you can take more responsibility, and Mars could kind of make you take more action in terms of finding inner security and being more comfortable with yourself and trying to figure out why you feel a certain way, or just being more comfortable with your emotions or understanding your emotions. And Capricorn is also very practical, so you could be really thinking about it in a more practical way, taking more responsibility for how you feel, and just kind of like taking more responsibility in terms of any family issues and anything that's holding us back at home. Or things that are happening within our family or people that are really close to us. So we're gonna want to, so now we get like this boost of energy to get things done that we need to get done, or just really kind of pay more attention to the things that are happening within your domestic life. And also, as it can also be like wanting to move or wanting to like change something in terms of your domestic life or your private life. So you may want to like redecorate or just like really make your space more practical and make your space something that works for you, make your space something that helps you build yourself and make security for yourself, and help you build upon whatever it is that you want to do for yourself. So that's pretty much it, Libra. I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also leave your comment down below. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? I love you. Bye! Hi Virgo, what's up? So let's see what's happening for you for March. So we have the sun in the 7th house for the month of March. So the 7th house is all about relationships. It's about one-to-one relationships, close relationships, and things that are really important to us. So the people, places, or things And it's also the house of projection. So the main focus this month is going to be around other people and around your close relationships, creating boundaries for your relationships. It's a really good time for partnering with other people, collaborating with other people, and there's just going to be an overall focus on your relationship. So Mercury retrograde is also happening in this house, so there's a lot of things happening within your relationships, things that have to come to an end, things that have to be resolved, conversations that need to happen in order to resolve certain miscommunications or misunderstandings. So there's just a lot of focus on relationships and trying to figure out how to and just focusing on who is benefiting us and who is not benefiting us. And then you can also just be communicating a lot with other people, just sharing your ideas a lot with other people, bouncing things around, bouncing ideas that you have around with other people, and also learning about yourself through other people, because the 7th house is also about projection. So yeah, this whole thing with projection is kind of like we discover other side of ourselves that we would never have known was there until we interact with other people. So we can really be focused on, so we can also kind of shine a light on and learn things about ourselves through other people. And yes, so yes, this is a really good time as well that we're going to be really focused on the things that are important to us as well. So even projects that are really important to us are going to be more the focus of this month. So we also have Mars in the 5th house, and Mars went into Capricorn in the 5th house. So Mars is all about action. It's all about taking action, taking initiative, and it's really like that boost of energy in our chart. And then Capricorn is a really ambitious, hard-working sign. It's all about building and going step by step, and really being responsible. Mars can kind of motivate you now to take on more responsibilities, or just be more responsible in terms of your creative endeavors, because the 5th house is all about creative endeavors. It's all about our creativity, the things that come out of our self-expression. So any creative projects, passion projects, anything that has to do with like things that come out of ourselves. So even a business, like that's our self-expression. Look at these things in a more practical way, and how we can get from point A to point B. You're gonna really try to like plan out, just really be more ambitious. Be more ambitious. You're gonna have like this boost of ambition when it comes to your creative projects and your hobbies, or the things that you want to bring to fruition, like any projects or anything like that. So the 5th house is also the house of pleasure, so you can also be taking more responsibility in the things that you take pleasure in, and you have a lot of planets in your 5th house already. We have Saturn in the 5th house, with Pluto in the 5th house, and we have Jupiter, I believe, in the 5th house. So we have a lot of energy emphasized on this house. So there's just a lot of emphasis on trying to find balance and also being more disciplined in terms of things that give us pleasure. So this can be like, you know, overindulging in whatever, like, you know, drugs, alcohol, like just so many things that we can overindulge in. So whatever it is, I feel like for a very long time, for a couple months now, especially like since that Pluto-Saturn conjunction happened, there was just a lot of focus on just being more disciplined and not overindulging, and really working on the things that we're overindulging in, so we can just be more balanced. And just so this can be a time where you're taking more initiative to take more control, and not overindulging, and not you know, prioritizing pleasure over, you know, the things that you have to do. So that can also be something that's happening during Mars in Capricorn for Virgo. I think that this is going to be a really cool, like, just action-based month for Virgo, and just wanting to create and wanting to just be more in the moment as well, and really focus on nurturing your inner child and nurturing like your self-expression, and just being more action-oriented in terms of this area of life. So that is pretty much it. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we can be a part of each other's community. Bye! Hi Leo, welcome to your March 2020 predictions. So the sun is in the 8th house for this month, and the 8th house is all about rebirth and death. It's all about transformation. It's all about our psychological scars and the things that we keep hidden deep and down. The things that we keep hidden deep down. You're really focused on understanding yourself on a more emotional, deeper psychological level. Be more aware of the cycles that you're in. Be more aware of the things that you have to work on internally. And this is also a really big moment in time where you're really like self-reflecting and you're trying to like really understand yourself on a more deeper emotional level, kind of like self-inspecting yourself, and you're really trying to, this is a really big time for self-discovery for Leo. And it's also, Mercury retrograde is also happening in the 8th house. I do have a video on that as well, so I'll leave it down below. But yeah, there's just a lot of purging and a lot of things that have to come to an end. A lot of times it's like a cycle that we are in can end. You consider to be really personal and deep and close to your heart can also be things that appear now or things that could be the overall focus. This is also the house of change, so that there can be some type of big change that happens in your life, or something that really changes your perspective, or like something that makes you think about things differently. And also your personal growth is going to be the overall focus of this month as well. Just growing as a person and just growing, understanding yourself more, understanding who you are as an individual, especially like through your relationships, and you're really trying to see yourself more clearly this month. And then we also have Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house. So we have a lot of action in the 6th house right now. We have Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter. We have like so much things happening in the 6th house right now. And the 6th house is all about maintenance, routine, establishing a routine that works for us. So this is the house where diet falls into here, health overall falls into this house, and you're gonna be, so Mars is a very like action-oriented planet. It's all about getting things done, getting from point A to point B, and really taking initiative. And then Capricorn is really hardworking, it's really responsible, it's disciplined, it's all about getting things done. So this is a really good energy. So having this planet in Capricorn, Mars and Capricorn, they kind of really complement each other because they both want to get things done and they both kind of want to get things and suddenly have like a boost of energy and can be more ambitious and trying to figure out your day-to-day life. Try to figure out a routine and maintain a routine that works for you. So the 6th house is a very practical house as well. It is ruled by Virgo, so it deals with things on a more smaller scale, so like more detail oriented, rather than the bigger picture. So you're going to be more focused on kind of figuring out the small little things and tweaking things here and there, more focused on the details rather than the overall picture. And you're just just really trying to be more efficient in your day-to-day life, especially when it comes to work and the things that you want to do in your life. So whatever it is, so this is really, so you could be so you can be more busy during this time. Just be more, have a lot of things, and kind of just be more ambitious and disciplined in getting the work done, getting your work done, getting the things that you have to get done, basically. Like energized planet, so you could be feeling more energized when it comes to your work. Like you could be feeling more up for the job and just more, and overall have more ambitious in your day-to-day activities. Like just have more ambitious when it comes to completing a task or like mundane things that you have to get done just for like the overall project. So yeah, this is a really cool month. Really, also your health can be something that you're focused on more. Like you could be really focused on creating something, creating a diet or some type of health regimen that works for you. And that is pretty much it. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we can be a part of each other's community. Bye. Hi Hi Cancer, welcome. So let's see what's happening for you in the month of March. So we have the sun transiting your 9th house. So the 9th house is all about philosophy. It's all about expansion. It's all about trying to find positivity, trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. Also could be about like travel, long distance travel. So during this time you could be more focused on expanding your mind. And when I mean expanding your mind, I mean finding ways to break out of your day-to-day mundane life and like your daily grind in order to find a feeling of abundance. Our mind kind of plays tricks on us all the time, and you know, we can kind of feel limited at certain points in our life. And the 9th house is about breaking out of those limitations, and this is why it rules travel, long distance travel, because when you go somewhere it makes you feel like, oh my god, there's more to life, you know. That's why the 9th house rules travel. It's really about how it makes you feel, and like you could really be focused on being more positive and finding things that make you feel like you're abundant, you know. Even if you're not, even if your life around you right now, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not in the area that I want to be, or I'm not doing what I want to do, or if you're just kind of stuck or whatever, like now you could just be more focused on believing and having more faith and just being more open to possibilities. So this could be a time where you're more focused on philosophy, or you're just more focused on your belief system and changing your belief systems in order for you to be more happy and just attract more abundance and more happiness and pleasure into your life. You could just be more focused on looking at the bigger picture. So yeah, anything that really expands your mind, being more in tune with religion or any type of spiritual work that you do, and also traveling. Of course, there could be a focus on wanting to travel or just a desire to want to travel. You also have Mercury retrograde happening in this house, so we do have a lot of things that we have to purge, belief systems that we have to purge. Really focus on our spiritual journey as well, because this is the house of long journey. So the longest journey that you're on is your human spiritual journey. So we also have Mars in the 7th house, and Mars is all about action. It's all about ambition. It's all about initiation, and going from point A to point B, like going to go get whatever it is that you want. And Capricorn is a really practical sign. It's all about dedication and ambition. It's really responsible. So during this time you could be more practical in terms of your relationships and the things that you relate to, the things that are close to you. The house is all about the things that are important to us. So it's people, places, and things, how we relate to these people, places, and things that are important to us, the things that so partnerships, friendships, you know, romantic relationships. So you could kind of be more practical when it comes to your relationships. So if there are any type of miscommunications that are happening, it is Mercury retrograde. So if there's anything that came from the past, or there's just communication within your friends or people that are close to you, then this is a time where you want to take action now, and you want to resolve these issues, and you want to resolve things that are happening around you. And also you could just take overall responsibility for them as well. Just be more responsible in terms of the people, places, and things that are important to you. To find yourself having a boost of energy when it comes to relationships in general. So just gonna be a really good time for networking and collaborating as well. So I would say even just more collaborating, more one-to-one, because networking would be more in the 11th house, but working one-to-one with somebody or with a group of people that are really close to you is really, really favorable at this month. And you're gonna find like you want to have like a boost of energy, or like a boost of like Mars is really kind of energizing this area of life. And if you have any projects or anything that you're building or anything that you're working for, then you're gonna want to like collaborate with people, and you're gonna want to like have people help you. And you can also find more motivation to collaborate, or also more motivation to deal with any type of issue, things that are happening in your life as well. So any type like repressed things that you have in terms of people, places, and things that could come up. So yeah, if you're working on some type of creative endeavor, or you have some type of project that you're working on, or something that you want to build, then this is a really good opportunity for you, because it's going to kind of make you charged up and kind of give you energy and give you that motivation to build with people as well. This can also mean gaining insight from other people for yourself, like gaining insight on who you are from other people as well. This could be a time where you're because the 7th house is about projection, so now you can kind of be more motivated to work on yourself based on what other people have told you or how other people treat you. So also like setting boundaries. You can really be about setting boundaries and being more responsible and just looking at things at a more practical, disciplined level, like, you know, level-headed type of way. Alright, so that is pretty much it for Cancer. I hope this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And also comment down below if you have any questions. And also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we can be a part of each other's community. Bye! Hi Gemini, welcome to your March 2020 predictions. So let's see what's happening for you in the month of March. So we have the Sun transiting your 10th house. And we also have the 10th house is all about our career, our reputation, our public image, and it's really about how we build ourselves and how we build our legacy on earth. So we can really be focused on our career this month, focus on our reputation, focus on our goals that we have in terms of our work. So this could be a time where you're really shining bright in your career, or you are just overall more focused on getting things done in your career. And the Sun is also illuminating your public image or your reputation. So you could be really focused on how you're seen in the public. You're kind of really more focused on accomplishing and building and being more responsible as well, like kind of creating more discipline for yourself. And overall, responsibility can just be an overall theme for this month. Like you're going to be more focused on responsibility, so you can have more responsibility on your plate, or you could just be more focused. So overall, just an overall focus on your public image, your career, your reputation, and just how people are seeing you, how you're being received in the public. Okay, so now let's move on to Mars in Capricorn in your 8th house. So Mars just moved into Capricorn in the 8th house, and the 8th house is all about transformation. It's about change. It's about death and rebirth. So this can be a very emotional time for Gemini, and just in terms of just really creating change in your life. So Mars is all about initiation, it's all about action, and Capricorn is about getting things done. It's about taking responsibility and being disciplined. So when you have these two energies in your 8th house, I feel like you're going to be more motivated to really understand yourself on a deeper level, understand yourself and what needs to be changed, understand the things that, understanding the cycles that need to end. So this is a time where there's going to be a lot of motivation and action towards transforming yourself or any. So the 8th house is also about our psychological patterns. So we can also be more motivated and driven to really take responsibility for our psychological patterns, take responsibilities for our mental health and the things that kind of scar us. So taking more responsibility on removing the toxicity from our life, and really trying to create a new cycle. So the whole point of transformation, or what like transformation is, you have like, you know, your caterpillar, and then you go into the cocoon, and then you're transformed. So the 8th house is a lot about that cocoon, and it's really hard to be in that moment, because you don't really know what's going to happen next. You know, you're kind of uncertain. You're like an uncertainty on. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of drive and motivation and discipline in this area of life. Being more disciplined in your and the things that you consider really deep to you. You can this is also the house of sex and of like really deep committed relationships. So now you could just be more like driven to find a deeper relationship, or kind of like looking at your relationships on a deeper level. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the month of March for Gemini. I hope that this resonated, and if you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hi Taurus, welcome to your March 2020 predictions. So let's see what's happening for you for the month of March. So we have the sun transiting your 11th house, and the 11th house is all about our associates. It's all about our peers, the people who have common interests as us, the people who we share common goals with. And it's also about our dreams, like our hope for the future. During this time you can be, so the sun is illuminating this area of life. So there's going to be a more focus on networking and social networking. There's going to be more focus on finding people that are within your same, like that have the same vision as you, people who have the same goals as you, and working together to bring a certain creation to life. During this time you also have Mercury retrograde in your 11th house, so you're really purging a lot of people right now. You're really working with your circle, so right now you're just in this stage of purging, in this stage of releasing, in this stage of ending things. You're really looking at the people that are around you, and you're really focused on creating relationships that are going to benefit your dreams, going to benefit your goals in life. So during this time you can also just be more focused on your social network online. So if you work online, or if you want your career to be online, or build some type of community online, then this is going to be a time where you're going to be more focused on that. Like the sun is illuminating on this area of life. But overall the focus is just being a part of a community that is going to benefit you, and being a part of a community that you belong to, that you truly feel like you are a part of, and you really feel like people that are around you understand you. So you also have Mars in Capricorn transiting your 9th house. So Mars just went in Capricorn into the 9th house. So the 9th house is all about expansion. It's all about finding abundance and learning to look at the bigger picture in life, and also a belief system and our faith system. So Mars is a very action-oriented planet. It's all about getting things done. It's all about going from point A to point B and just barging in and like just taking initiative. And Capricorn is a really hard-working, disciplined, responsible sign. So these two energies are really working in your 9th house to kind of really feel driven, to kind of look at life in more positive light. So the reason that the 9th house rules travel is because when you travel, you get out of your day-to-day mundane life and you kind of see life at a different light. So it's really about the feeling of abundance when it comes to the 9th house. Capricorn is kind of like making you feel more ambitious and making you take responsibility for your belief system, and wanting to work on and be more responsible and disciplined when it comes to your beliefs and when it comes to like feeling abundant. And Mars, so 9th house is a very open-minded house. You're gonna kind of be driven to be more open-minded, and also just kind of be more patient when it comes to believing in yourself or having faith for the future. So right now you could also be driven to travel more. You can also be driven to like just expand your horizons in any way. So even like your spiritual journey, take more responsibility when it comes to your spiritual journey. You want to dive into new subjects or just learn new things that are going to expand your mind and kind of get you out of this mundane, everyday daily grind. So I see this as being a time where you're really expanding yourself and expanding and trying to really find more positivity and trying to get your mind to think in a more positive light, trying to like really believe in yourself and believe in your goals, believe in your future. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so we can be a part of each other's community. Bye! Hi Aries, welcome. So let's see what's happening for you in the month of March. So we have the sun transiting your 12th house. So the 12th house is all about our subconscious awareness, like all the things deep in our subconscious, things that we keep repressed. It's also the house of creativity, so our dreams and where we go to, like what that other world is. So this month there is a focus and an overall illumination to the subconscious awareness. So you could be really focused on trying to understand things more on a deeper level, and really diving into your subconscious. So it's diving into the things that you keep repressed. Things that you keep repressed can come up now, like things you could be more aware of the things that you keep repressed, and you could just be more focused on kind of like resolving the things that you have repressed. This is also Mercury retrograde season, and Mercury retrograde is also happening in your 12th house. So there are a lot of cycles that are coming to an end, a lot of things that we have released, a lot of things that we had repressed, that we had to purge out and resolve, the things that really just had to come to an end. And the sun in the 12th house does kind of make us sleepy and just kind of want to just be more in our imagination, kind of be more daydreaming, or just really kind of resting and recharging as well. So this can be a time where you feel really overwhelmed outside, or just really overwhelmed around people, and you just kind of feel like you're picking up on a lot more things than you usually do. So for Aries, this time it could really be an overwhelming emotional time, but at the end of it, I feel like Aries is going to come out so much stronger, much more energy, so much more charged up, because there are so many things that Aries want to do, and now I feel like you're being stopped to kind of think more about yourself, think about your patterns that you do, psychological patterns, think overall, like releasing the things that hold us back. And then also the 12th house is a very creative house, so you could just be more indulged in your creativity. There could be an overall focus on creating more, or being in the creative realm, or just being in flow, being just more in the flow of things and just tapping into the universe more. This is also the house of like universal compassion and just universal awareness, so you could just be more into spirituality and understanding the things that you have grown in your life or through this past year, because after this is actually Aries season, which is your season, and it's the time of the new year. So this is a time where you're just more like relaxing, trying to recharge until Aries season comes. So you also have Mars in Capricorn in the 10th house. So Mars is all about the action oriented planet. It's all about getting things done, getting from point A to point B. So it's all about initiation, and Capricorn is a very hardworking, diligent, responsible, disciplined sign. It's really going to energize you and motivate you to get things done in terms of your career. So you're going to take more responsibility. You're going to have like more ambition when it comes to getting the things done in your career, when it comes to getting what you want, getting your goals achieved, or just like your overall reputation. You could be just more focused on your reputation in life. You can be building your reputation now. Like you could just be more, you could suddenly get like a boost of energy to build your reputation and to build something for yourself, and also work on your public image. Now you're like feeling more energized than ever to go after your work, so to go and make your career dreams happen. And the thing is that Mercury is going to be in retrograde until March 10th, or like around there. Until then, it is going to be hard for you to like go after the things you want as much as you want them, because Aries, you're gonna like kind of feel like this restlessness energy of wanting to get things done and like really feel charged up, but you may not feel like mentally there to do it. Like you may feel a lot of fog still, and you're kind of like feeling like really tired. After Mercury comes out of retrograde, I really feel like it's going to be like really apparent. You are thinking about your goals in life in a more realistic point of view, and you're also kind of trying to like build things step by step. Any type of goals or any type of projects that you've been working on for a long time, now is the time where you're gonna kind of sit with them and be like, okay, is this really what I want to do? Definitely more inclined to be more hardworking, and just have like that extra boost to be more hardworking in terms of your career, in terms of what you want to make in your life and what you want to build in your life. So that is pretty much it for Aries. I hope that this resonated. If it did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also comment down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so we can be best friends.